Hey guys, it's the Chad, and I'm here to show you how easy it can be to flip wheels and tires. Yeah. Well, it's not exactly the type of flipping wheels and tires I was talking about. So stick around, and I'll show you what I mean. So a lot of people tell me I have a problem collecting too many wheels and tires. I don't get it. I mean, ooh. Okay, so maybe I do. This is just what I have in my garage. So I buy and sell a lot of tires off a marketplace and Craigslist. It's a quick and easy way for me to make a few dollars profit. So if you follow my 4 easy tips and tricks, then this can be very successful. Number 1, did you get a good deal? You have to understand and research what fair market value is in your area. You don't want to overspend on a set of wheels and tires if you can't in turn then quickly make a profit. Number 2, you want to make sure that you're buying a wheel that is in demand. There's no point of going out and buying stock Jeep wheels because you got a great deal on them if you can't in turn sell them quickly. A lot of people get rid of their stock wheels on Jeeps to go with aftermarket. So that's why they are a great deal. But if they sit in your garage for the next 6 months and you're just praying you can get your money back out of them, that wasn't successful. Number 3, how much money will it cost you to go through, clean these wheels and tires up? If there's any repairs to the tires that need to be made, is there still a good profit margin? And number 4, do you have the space? Do you have the space to store 20 or 30 wheels and tires in your garage? Do you have a secondary shed, or can you keep them outside and not worry about them being stolen? If you can say yes to all these things, score. I think you can make some money in this. One of the big things that you will probably need is going to be a pickup or a larger SUV. That way you can go out and buy 4 or 5 wheels and tires at a time. So most of the time I'm looking for wheels that are dirty, muddy, covered in grass, snow, things that are just not appealing to most folks. But if somebody's not going to take the time to clean them up, they probably don't care how much money they sell them for. Other wheels that I look for, some that have been sprayed with Plastidip. I mean, these look cool when they're blacked out, but over time, it begins to bubble, they get scuffs and scratches, and it's really hard to get off. People just give up and abandon these wheels and sell them for next to nothing. And that's where I come in. I'll put the time and effort in to make them look like new. So, it's car seat cleanup day. We had a little oopsie. Anyway, let's talk about the wheels that I generally buy and sell. I mainly look for Chevy, GMC, and Ford pickup wheels. They're by far the most popular and the highest in demand, at least in my area. My goal is to buy them, get them cleaned up, make any repairs, and then get them relisted again as quick as I can so they just don't sit in my garage. So kind of my rule of thumb is I like to spend about $50 for a set of 4. Now, that's 4 good tires. I mean, that's an excellent deal, but generally I like to buy wheels and tires together. That way I'm not gonna have to pay a mount and balancing fee later on down the road. But if you get a great deal on a set of wheels or a set of tires, I buy them, stockpile them, then when I get the right wheels for the right tires, then I'll pay that $50 mount and balancing fee if you can find the right tire shop to work with. Another good tip I have for you is buy extra center caps. I generally flip the same type of truck wheels over and over, so it is a good idea that you have some of these on hand. It never fails, you'll find a screaming deal on a good set of wheels and tires, but it'll be missing a center cap. And you don't want to have to go out and try to find one of these or buy a new one, because a lot of times the center caps cost more than the wheels themselves. It would be much easier if you could just run into the garage, take one off the shelf, put it on the wheels, list it, and sell them. So, remember my step 1. Make sure you're buying wheels and tires that are desirable or in demand. Probably not Jeep wheels like I said before. Ah, would you looky there? Jeep. That's probably why they've sat in my garage the last 5 months with 0 interest. It doesn't matter that the wheels are excellent and the tires are like new. If they're not in demand, people won't buy them. But I'll be dipped if 30 minutes ago somebody didn't offer me full price and they're gonna come pick them up tonight. That's just the way it works. But again, I don't want you guys wasting your time and leaving these in your garage for 5 months. So buy something that is popular. Another big factor is finding that small local tire shop in your community. I highly encourage using one of these versus a national corporation. You're going to save yourself a ton of money that way. Once you get a good working relationship with these smaller tire shops, they tend to give you better pricing and get you right in as well. The shop that I use, I generally am paying about half or sometimes a third of the price of the bigger shops. So let's talk about disposal fees. I buy a lot of wheels that have junk tires on them. I have a hard time spending $4 to $5 to the tire shop to dispose of them for me. It really cuts into my profits. So here's a couple options you can do to save a few bucks. Number one, I still take my tires to my local tire shop, have them dismounted for $2 a piece. And then I bring the tires home. Then you can turn around and list them on Market List, FacePage, or Craig's Palace, whatever website you like to use. A lot of people will take these old junk tires and use them for garden projects. Another option you have is save them. In my local area, once a year, they have a tire cleanup or tire disposal day, but they take all my tires for free. So it takes up a little room on our property, but it doesn't cost me anything to get rid of 20, 30 tires at a time. So here's my go-to kit for flipping wheels and tires. I start off with using Mean Green cleaner and degreaser, spray that on the wheels and tires, let it soak for a few minutes. Then I come back with some water, my Dawn dish soap, and my scrub brush. Use a little elbow grease to get those as clean as I possibly can. Then I move over to my wheels. If I have some dull or faded out wheels, I like to use my Meguiar's Professional Choice Detailer. This is a wheel brightener. Does need to be diluted 4:1. It's pretty potent. Once everything dries up, then I use my Turtle Wax Tire Shine. This works really good. And if you need any kind of tire repairs, you've got a hole or need something taken care of, I use this B-tool that I bought off of Amazon. Ratings were pretty good and it was cheap. Comes with a reamer, a bunch of tire plugs, some lube, and the tire plug installer. The directions are super easy to follow as well. I plugged probably 12 tires so far on all my flips. I haven't had a failure yet. So this is very beneficial to be able to patch your own tire in your garage. I'll have a link to all these things in the descriptions below. So I don't have a ton of labor into flipping wheels and tires because I've got the 3 best helpers that I could ask for.
Hey, you missed the spot.
What are you, the boss or something?
Hey, let me try.
Hey!
What?
Well, maybe not the best helpers. Anybody notice that my stack of wheels and tires is significantly shrank? That's right. Guy came and picked up the Jeep wheels. Yes. Even made a pretty good profit. Yes. So you've done it. You've done the research and you bought your wheels and tires at a great price. You've cleaned them. You made any necessary repairs if there was any, and now it's to the most important step. But probably the most overlooked step is listing them for sale on Craigslist or Marketplace. So I've got several easy to follow steps for you when it's time to go back and list these wheels for sale. So the first thing is to take great photos. The main reason I bought most of these wheels and tires is because somebody had poor photos or gave a poor description. That gave me the best chance to get a good deal on these wheels. A lot of times what I like to do is display these like I'm a wheel and tire store, because I kind of am a small wheel and tire store. I stack these wheels up in a pile, put the nice top one on the top, or I like to take photographs of all of them laid out. If there's any problems with them, I like to display that too. But good pictures of the tires, the tread, the wheels itself, any center caps or extra lug nuts, all those things I like to document. Another bonus is I go through and take pictures of new or used wheels off of eBay or any other websites that may be higher than mine. That way it appears that they're getting a great deal compared to buying them new or even refurbished. Second is having a great description. I'm not one that likes to reply on Messenger to all these questions people may have. So if I give a great description the first time, hopefully that eliminates a lot of questions I get. I see a lot of wheels that are 2008 Chevy wheels and tires. Well, that's great, but I have a 2012. Will they fit? So I try to give everything, such as the wheel size. 18-inch Chevy Silverado 4x4 wheels. The tire size, 265/70 18s. Tread depth, 11/32 tread depth, or 75% tread life left. If I've had them balanced recently, I'll post that because that's something that someone else won't have to do. A lot of these things will save you a lot of time, and it'll make you stand out way more than the guy with the 2008 Silverado wheels. If there's any issues with my wheels and tires, I disclose that too. Not only will I photograph it and say see pics, I'll also put, picture number 4, wheels got a big scratch, or there's a slight crack from a curb check, but it's still functional. I don't like people to be surprised. No more than me buying something from someone else. I don't like to get there and be like, wow, that is totally junk, or I can't buy this and I drove 30 minutes to come get these. So again, I don't like to surprise anyone. I want them to know what they're buying. All the negotiation can be done before they ever arrive. So part of my research is making sure what the going rate is on these wheels and tires that I have. If I have a set that are really nice and I think a fair value on them is $500, but 2 other people have the same wheels and tires, maybe not quite as nice, but close, and they have them listed for $250, it's probably not time for me to list mine if I want to try to make that big money. So I might wait a few days until those sell, or if their price is pretty good, I might reach out to them, try to make a deal, buy them off them, that way my competition's gone, wait a few more days and list theirs as well. Other things that I'm careful with is if I do get a great deal, buy something, I try not to list them the same day. I might give it a few days. That way, people that were watching that item and that didn't get it don't see that I'm listing it for $200 or $300 more. Kind of puts a bad taste in their mouth. It doesn't really matter, but I try not to show people the money that I am making. Yeah. I've got a problem. So now you know all my cheap tips and tricks on flipping wheels and tires. If you follow my easy steps, you can be very successful. If not, you might end up with a big stockpile of wheels and tires. But don't let them go to waste. You can always use them as lawn furniture. Stick around for my next videos. Who knows what I'll bring you next. Your turn. You can sit here.
Oh, Daddy, after busy, is it my turn to sit on it?
Sure.